Alack, what poverty my muse brings forth, that having such a scope to show her pride, the argument all bare is of more worth than when it hath my added praise beside. Oh, blame me not, if I no more can write. Look in your glass, and there appears a face that overgoes my blunt invention quite, dulling my lines and doing me disgrace. Were it not sinful, striving to mend, to mar the subject that before was well? For to no other pass my verses tend than of your graces and your gifts to tell. And more, much more, than in my verse can sit, your own glass shows you when you look in it.
To me, fair friend, you never can be old. For as you were when first your eye, such seems your beauty still. 3 winters cold have from the forest shook 3 summers' pride. 3 beauteous springs to yellow autumn turned, in process of the season have I seen. 3 April perfumes and 3 hot Junes burned since first I saw you. Fresh, which yet are green. Yet doth beauty like a dial hand steal from his figure and no pace proceed. So your sweet hue, which methinks still doth stand have motion, and mine eye may be deceived, for fear of which, hear this, thou age unbred, ere you were born was beauty's summer dead.
Let not my love be called idolatry, nor my beloved as an idol show, since all alike my songs and praises be to one of one, still such and ever so. Kind is my love today, tomorrow kind, still constant in a wondrous excellence. Therefore my verse to constancy confined, one thing expressing, leaves out difference. Fair, kind, and true is all my argument. Fair, kind, and true, varying to other words. And in this change is my invention spent. 3 themes in one, which wondrous scope affords. Fair, kind, and true have often lived alone, which 3, till now, never kept seat in one. Non chiamate il mio amore idolatria, e un idolo il mio amato non vi sembri, essendo pari mie lodi e poesia, dall'uno all'uno, ancora e per sempre. Oggi bello, bello domani il mio amore, fermo in splendida eccellenza. Perciò fermo in costanza il verso mio, dice una cosa e toglie differenza. Bello, gentile e vero è il mio argomento. Bello, gentile e vero, il nuovo detto. La mia invenzione è in questo cambiamento. 3 temi in uno, di stupore oggetto. Bello, gentile e vero, soli spesso, che in uno mai finora fu il consesso.
And this is for Charles. When in the chronicle of wasted time I see descriptions of the fairest wights, and beauty making beautiful old bride, in praise of ladies dead and lovely nights. Then in the blazon of sweet beauty's best, of hand, of foot, of lip, of eye, of brow, I see their antique pen would have expressed even such a beauty as you master now. So all their praises are but prophecies of this our time, all you prefiguring, and for they looked but with divining eyes. They had not skill enough your worth to sing. For we which now behold these present days had eyes to wonder, but lack tongues to praise. Not mine own fears, nor the prophetic soul of the wide world dreaming on things to come, can yet the lease of my true love control, supposed as forfeit to a confined doom. The mortal moon hath her eclipse endured, and the sad augurs mock their own presage. Uncertainties now crown themselves assured, and peace proclaims olives of endless age. Now with the drops of this most balmy time, my love looks fresh, and death to me subscribes, since spite of him I'll live in this poor rhyme, while he insults o'er dull and speechless tribes. And thou in this shalt find thy monument, when tyrants' crests and tombs of brass are spent.
What's in the brain that ink may character, which hath not figured to thee my true spirit? What's new to speak, what new to register, that may express my love or thy dear merit? Nothing, sweet boy. But yet, like prayers divine, I must each day say o'er the very same, counting no old thing old, thou mine, I thine. Even as when I first hallowed thy fair name, so that eternal love in love's fresh case weighs not the dust and injury of age, nor gives to necessity wrinkles place, but makes antiquity for aye his page, finding the first conceit of love, there bred, where time and outward form which show it dead.
Oh, never say that I was false of heart, though absence seemed my flame to qualify. As easy might I from myself depart, as from my soul, which in thy breast doth lie. That is my home. If I have ranged like him that travels, I return again, just to the time, not with the time exchanged, so that myself bring water for my stain. Never believe, though in my nature reigned all frailties that besiege all kinds of blood, that it could so preposterously be stained, to leave for nothing all thy sum of good. For nothing this wide universe I call, save thou, my rose. In it, thou art my all.
Alas, 'tis true, I have gone here and there, and made myself a motley to the view, gored mine own thoughts, sold cheap what is most dear, made old offences of affections new. Most true it is, that I have looked on truth askance and strangely, but by all above these blenches gave my heart another youth, and worse essays proved thee my best of love. Now all is done, have what shall have no end. Mine appetite I never more will grind on your proof, to try an older friend, a God in love to whom I am confined. Then give me welcome, next my heaven the best, even to thy pure and most loving breast.
Oh, forsake do you with fortune chide, the guilty goddess of my harmful deeds, that did not better for my life provide than public means which public manners breeds. Thence it comes that my name receives a brand, and almost thence my nature is subdued to what works in like the dyer's hand. Pity me then, and wish I were renewed. Whilst like a willing patient I will drink potions of easel against my strong infection. No bitterness that I will bitter think, nor double penance to correct correction. Pity me then, dear friend, and I assure ye, even that your pity is enough to cure me.
Sonnet CXII. That's 112 for you plebeians out there. Your love and pity doth the impression fill which vulgar scandal stamped upon my brow. For what care I who calls me well or ill, so you or green my bad, my good allow. You are all my world, and I must strive to know my shames and praises from your tongue. None else to me, nor I to none alive, that my steeled sense or changes right or wrong. In so profound abysm I throw all care of others' voices at my adder sense. To critic and to flatterer stopped are. Mark how with my neglect I do dispense. You are so strongly in my purpose bred that all the world beside, methinks, are dead. Ow.
Sonnet 113. Since I left you, mine eye is my mind, and that which governs me to go about doth part her function, and is partly blind. Seems seeing, but effectually is out. For it no form delivers to the heart of bird, of flower, or shape, which it doth latch. Of her quick objects hath the mind no part, nor her own visions holds what it doth catch. For it sees the rudest or gentlest sight, the most sweet favor, or deformitest creature, the mountain, or the sea, the day or night, the crow or dove, it shapes them to your feature. Incapable of more, replete with you, my most true mind, thus makes mine untrue.
Rather, doth my mind, being crowned with you, drink the monarch's plague, this flattery? Or whether shall I say, mine eye saith true, and that your love taught it this alchemy, to make of monsters and sweet things indigest such cherubims as your sweet self resemble, creating every bad a perfect bad, as fast as objects to his beams assemble. Tis the first, tis flattery in my seeing, and my mind most kingly drinks it up. Mine eye knows well that his gust is greeing, yeah, and his palate doth prepare the cup. If it be poisoned, 'tis the lesser sin, that mine eye loves it, and doth first begin.
No! Those lines that I before have read do lie! Even those that said I could not love you dearer. Yet then my judgment knew no reason why my most full flame should afterwards burn clearer. But reckoning time, whose million accidents creeped in, twixt vows and changed degrees of kings, 10 sacred beauty, blunt the sharpest intents, divert strong minds to the course of altering things, alas! Why, fearing of time's tyranny, might I not then say, now I love you best, when I was certain, or insurgency crowning the present, doubting of the rest, love is a babe! Well, then might I not say so to give full growth to that which doth still grow?
Let me not to the marriage of true minds admit impediments. Love is not love which alters when it alteration finds, or bends with the remover to remove. Oh no, it is an ever fixed mark that looks on tempests and is never shaken. It is the star to every wandering bark, whose worth's unknown, although his height be taken. Love's not time's fool, though rosy lips and cheeks within his bending sickles and compass come. Love alters not with his brief hours and weeks, but bears it out even to the edge of doom. If this be error, and upon me proved, I never writ, nor no men ever loved.
Accuse me thus, that I have scanted all wherein I should your great deserts repay, forgot upon your dearest love to call, whereto all bonds do tie me day by day, that I have frequent been with unknown minds, and give to time your own dear purchased right, that I have hoisted sail to all the winds which should transport me farthest from your sight, but both my willfulness and errors down, and on just proof surmise accumulate. Bring me within the level of your frown. But shoot not at me in your wakened hate, since my appeal says I did strive to prove the constancy and virtue of your love. Nu på svenska, och det är nummer 117, nummer 117 på svenska. Okej. Anklagar mig sålunda att jag har skannat allt, där skulle jag betala dina stora öknar. Glömt på din älskade kärlek ringa. Hela alla bindningar knyter mig dag för dag. Att jag ofta har varit med okända tankar och givet till tid din egen kära köpt rätt. Att jag har lyft seglet till alla vindar som borde transportera mig längst bort från din syn. Bucka både min viljan och fel. Och på bara bevisa ackumulera. Ta med mig nivån på din rinka. Men skjut inte på mig i ditt vakna hat. Eftersom jag överklagande säger att jag försökte bevisa din kärleks konstans och dygd.
Like as to make our appetites more keen, with eager compounds we our palate urge. As to prevent our maladies unseen, we sicken to shun sickness when we purge. Even so, being tough of your narrow-coin sweetness, to bitter sauces did I frame my feeding, and sick of welfare, found a kind of meatness. To be diseased air, that there was true need. Thus, policy and love to anticipate the ills that were not grew to faults assured, and brought to medicine a healthful state, which rank of goodness would by ill be cured. But thence I learn and find the lesson true. Drugs poisoned him that fell so sick of you.
What potions have I drunk of siren tears, distilled from limbex, foul as hell within, applying fears to hopes and hopes to fears, still losing when I saw myself to win. What wretched errors hath my heart committed, whilst it hath thought itself so blessed never? How have mine eyes out of their spheres been fitted, in the distraction of this madding fever? Oh, benefit of ill, now I find true that better is by evil made better still. Is still made better. And ruined love, when it is built anew, grows fairer than at first, more strong, far greater, so I return rebuked to my content, and gain by ills thrice more than I have spent. That you were once unkind befriends me now. And for that sorrow which I then did feel, needs must I under my transgression bow, unless my nerves were brass or hammered steel. For if you were by my unkindness shaken as I by yours, you've passed a hell of time. And I, tyrant, have no leisure taken to weigh how once I suffered in your crime. Oh, that our night of woe might have been remembered my deepest sense, how hard true sorrow hits. And soon to you, as to me, then tendered the humble salve which wounded bosom fits. But that your trespass now becomes a fee, mine ransoms yours, and yours ransoms me.
'Tis better to be vile than vile esteemed, when not to be receives reproach of being, and the just pleasure lost, which is so deemed, not by our feeling, but by others' seeing. For why should others' false adulterate eyes give salutation to my sportive blood? Or on my frailties, why are frailer spies, which in their wills count bad but I think good? No, I am that I am. And they that level at my abuses reckon up their own. I may be straight, though they themselves be bevel. By their rank thoughts, my deeds must not be shown. Unless this general evil they maintain, all men are bad, and in their badness reign. Nam filior fiam quon meliorem esse vidibantur esquam esse, et opprobrium non accepit entis, et factum est sicut delectatio quia sic habitur amissa, non, sed per affectum nostrum ab aliis quocumque iterat, cur quindam falso oculis adulterant, da mihi in salutem usque ex sanguinam ludicrat. Aut cur me errores alentium fragilis exploriatores, mala quia voluntatis abitur et sentio bonum. Non, ego sum qui sum. Et quo gradu at mihi quid perpetuam fiat neatorum sua rectum non sit, et iam si se esse prerumque proveniat cogitonies et torum factorum numero non sit. Hoc tor altem ponere generalis nisi mali omnis malus malatia et regnisi.
Thy gift, thy tables are within my brain, full charactered with lasting memory, which shall above that idle rank remain beyond all date, even to eternity, or at least so long as brain and heart have faculty by nature to subsist. To each raised oblivion yield his part of thee, thy record never can be missed. That poor retention cannot so much hold, nor need I tallies thy dear love to score. Therefore, to give them from me was I bold, to trust those tables that receive thee more, to keep an adjunct to remember thee, were to import forgetfulness in me.
No, time, thou shalt not boast that I do change. Thy pyramids built up with newer might to me are nothing novel, nothing strange. They are but dressings of a former sight. Our dates are brief, and therefore we admire what thou dost foist upon us that is old, and rather make them born to our desire than think that we before have heard them told. Thy registers and thee I both defy, not wondering at the present nor the past, for thy records and what we see doth lie, made more or less by thy continual haste. This I do vow, and this shall ever be. I will be true, despite thy sight in thee.
If my dear love were but the child of state, it might for fortune's bastard be unfathered, as subject to time's love or to time's hate. Weeds among weeds, or flowers with flowers gathers. No, it was builded far from accident. It suffers not in smiling pomp, nor falls under the blow of thralled discontent, where to the inviting time our fashion calls. It fears not policy, that heretic which works on leases of short-numbered hours, but all alone stands hugely politic, that it nor grows with heat, nor drowns with showers. To this I witness call the fools of time, which die for goodness, who have lived for crime.
Were it aught to me, I bore the canopy with my extern, the outward honoring, or laid great bases for eternity, which prove more short than waste or ruining. Have I not seen dwellers on form and favor lose all and more by paying too much rent for compound sweet foregoing simple savor, pitiful thrivers in their gazing spent? No, let me be obsequious in thy heart, and take thou my oblation, poor but free, which is not mixed with seconds, knows no art, but mutual render only me for thee. Hence, thou suborned informer, a true soul when most impeached stands least in thy control.
Oh, joven adorable, has detenido las horas el espejo, la hoz del tiempo, y creciendo en bellezas, más lozano cuanto más se marchitan tus amantes. Si natura, señora de la ruina, te retiene aunque sigas avanzando, una meta persigue, que tu ingenio agravie al tiempo, mate los minutos. Mas témele, aunque sea su dilecto, pues no guardará siempre su tesoro. Aún morosa tendrá que rendir cuentas, y solo tú podrás salvar la deuda. O thou, my lovely boy, who in thy power dost hold time's fickle glass, his sickle hour, who hast by waning grown, and therein showest thy lover's withering as thy sweet self growest. If nature, sovereign mistress over wrack, as thou goest onward, still will pluck thee back, she keeps thee to this purpose, that her skill may time disgrace, and wretched minutes kill. Yet fear her, O thou minion of her pleasure. She may detain, but not still keep her treasure. Her audit, though delayed, answered must be, and her quietus is to render thee.
In the old age, black was not considered fair, or if it were, it bore not beauty's name. But now is black beauty's successive heir, and beauty slandered with a bastard shame. For since each hand hath put on beauty's nature's power, fairing the foul with art's false borrowed face, sweet beauty hath no name, no holy bower, but is profaned, if not lives in disgrace. Therefore, my mistress' brows are raven black, her eyes so suited, and they mourners seem as such who, not born fair, no beauty lack, slandering creation with a false esteem. Yet so they mourn, becoming of their woe, that every tongue says beauty should look so.